Now it is clear that 50 Cent and Jay-Z have never seen eye to eye.
Big homie wanted to look like a gay painter.
With new allegations surrounding Jay, 50 took the opportunity to speak out.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. Where's Jay at? He's mad quiet.
Jay said, they said I the 13-year-old. Let's go watch Mufasa. Everybody get dressed.
50 is finally speaking out about what he has been hinting at for years. Because to him, this is not random. He has already seen one untouchable friend fall. And if that can happen, the Basha impersonator could be next. The feud that never ends. 50 Cent versus Jay-Z, the beginning. Back in 1999, 50 Cent was still hustling in the underground scene. He was not fifth yet. He was just Curtis Jackson, a man who survived being shot 9 times and was determined to make it big no matter what. And what did he do? He released a track called How to Rob, a satirical song where he imagined robbing various rappers to fund his rise, including Jay-Z. This was not a serious threat or anything like that. It was more of a clever way to grab attention by name-dropping all the big figures in the industry. And let me tell you, it worked, because Jay-Z, who at the time was creating albums like Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter, heard the track and felt some type of way about it. So, what did Have do? He fired back during a freestyle at Hot 97's Summer Jam 1999, delivering what would become one of the most unforgettable bars in the history of this feud.
A word or a sentence. Eminem, the best. Lloyd Banks, cool. Tony Yayo,
That's my boy. Loyalty.
50 Cent, the rapper.
Still got it, man.
50 Cent, the television producer.
Just get going.
Future.
Oh, talent.
Nas.
The best.
Jay-Z.
Good business.
Now check this. When 50 was asked to describe Jay-Z in just a few words, he said good business. That was it. Not the best like he said about Eminem and Nas. Not loyalty like Tony Yao. Just good business. And everyone knows 50. Every word he says is calculated. Understand? But here is the interesting part that most people do not know. Back in 2003, when 50 Cent was interviewed by Rolling Stone, he actually saw Jay-Z's response as a compliment. He said that when Jay responded, he felt validated. Like, if Have had not said anything back to someone he did not consider hot, then maybe 50's career would not have reached where it was at that time. So, in a strange way, Jay-Z dissing him actually helped 50 Cent rise, and rise he did. By 2003, 50 Cent had signed with Shady Aftermath, and his debut album, Get Rich or Die Trying, sold over 9 million copies in the US and included the legendary track In Da Club. The streets were feeling him. The clubs were feeling him. Everyone was feeling him. Even Jay-Z himself acknowledged the threat. In a 2013 interview with The Breakfast Club, Jay-Z admitted that he had warned his Rockefeller artists like Beanie Siegel and Memphis Bleek about what was coming. He told them they had an opportunity right then because 50 Cent was on the rise. 4 months later, In Da Club dropped, and it was over. That song dominated everything. Now, during this period, you might think the feud would explode into something wild, right? But no, that is not how it unfolded. Instead, these two actually managed to find some common ground. They co-headlined the Rock the Mic tour in 2003 and even appeared in a Reebok commercial together, freestyling over In Da Club. But even during those moments of collaboration, 50 could not resist taking shots. He later claimed that his G-Unit sneakers outsold Jay-Z's S. Carter line 6-1. That is the thing about 50. Even when everything seems fine on the surface, he is always keeping track. He is always observing, and he never forgets. Fast forward a few years, and the relationship between the two began to change. By the mid-2000s, both artists were evolving from just being rappers to becoming full-fledged moguls. 50 was venturing into TV production, expanding his G-Unit empire, while Jay-Z was growing Roc Nation and becoming what many viewed as the model for hip-hop business success. But here is where things get interesting. Despite occasional collaborations, such as when Jay-Z appeared on the remix of 50 Cent's I Get Money in 2007, the underlying tension never fully disappeared. 50 began taking shots at Jay's music and personal life in interviews. In 2008, 50 Cent made a statement that turned a lot of heads. He claimed that no one truly knew who Jay-Z was before. Now, think about that for a moment. Here is a man with multiple platinum albums, regarded as one of the greatest MCs of all time. And 50 was essentially saying his fame only really surged because he married the biggest pop star in the world. And when you really consider it, 50 later doubled down on this same point years afterward.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies, trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he didn't show up.
He had like 20 now. He had like 18 since he's been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. He got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like fucking things to cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Do you hear that? 50 is basically saying that Jay-Z's shift from street rapper to respected businessman happened because of who he married. The Grammys, the awards, the industry recognition, according to 50, all of that came through the Beyonce connection. Now, I know some Jay-Z fans might be heated right now, but hold on, we are just getting started because what 50 Cent has been claiming recently about Jay-Z and his links to certain, let's say, questionable situations is where things get truly interesting. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because in the next part, we will dive deep into the Super Bowl controversy, the Bassett comments, and why 50 believes Jay-Z tried to undermine his career at the biggest sporting event in America. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. The Super Bowl sabotage and the gay painter remarks. So, let's set the scene. It is 2022, and the Super Bowl halftime show is about to be one of the biggest in history. We are talking about Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar all performing on one stage. This was a celebration of West Coast hip-hop, but more importantly, it was a celebration of hip-hop culture overall. And naturally, you would think 50 Cent, one of the most iconic artists to ever come out of the game, would be an obvious choice to include. Right, wrong. According to multiple sources and 50 Cent himself, Jay-Z tried to block him from performing at the Super Bowl. Now, for those who do not know, Roc Nation, Jay-Z's company, has been producing the Super Bowl halftime show since 2019. So, essentially, Jay had major influence over who was allowed to appear on that stage. Tony Yayo, 50 Cent's G-Unit brother and longtime collaborator, spoke publicly about this entire situation. And what he revealed was eye-opening.
So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay, so I think people are just gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you know, you gotta remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy, come on.
Wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super
You didn't
Bowl?
know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some hater shit, yeah.
I remember
pushed for it,
Eminem
yeah.
was like, I'm not gonna do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah, and
But I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay, I don't know, 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted them there.
Yo, did you catch that? Eminem, 50's day one homie, the man who signed him to Shady Records, had to step in and say he would not perform at the Super Bowl unless 50 was included. That is loyalty right there. That is what true brotherhood looks like in this industry. But here is where it gets even crazier. When 50 Cent appeared on Big Boy TV to discuss this situation, he did not hold back at all. He explained that the NFL claimed they had issues with him, but he had no idea what those issues were. And then he revealed something that got everybody talking.
I wasn't in the ad because of look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are.
Whoa. Okay, so let me break this down for those who might not have caught everything. 50 is claiming that Jay-Z, whom he sarcastically calls the big homie, was basically controlling access to the Super Bowl. The blame was being placed on the NFL, but 50 knew that was not the full story. And when he discovered that Eminem had to personally call and say he would not perform without 50, that is when 50 started taking things to another level. Then he went all out on Jay-Z by bringing up Jean-Michel Basquiat, the famous neo-expressionist artist whom Jay-Z has long admired and seemingly modeled himself after. 50 called Basquiat a gay painter and implied that Jay-Z emulating Basquiat meant certain things, which got the internet buzzing. Now Tony Yayo also provided some key context for why this feud has lasted so long.
50 was always competition for niggas. Then remember Jay said, yo, 50's coming. He told Siegel and them, and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like, he's on a whole nother level. You gotta remember, he came after niggas. He came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came. And people might shit on G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect that we had.
This is fact. When G-Unit was at their peak, they were selling units like no one else. The combination of Eminem, Dr. Dre, and 50 Cent was a powerhouse that the industry had never seen before. And that level of success, that kind of dominance, creates competition. It creates envy. And according to 50 and his team, Jay-Z never stopped seeing them as a threat, even decades later. It is worth noting that 50 is not the only one who has strong feelings about Jay-Z's priorities. Cameron, another New York legend, recently stated that Jay-Z values money more than hip-hop. He pointed out that Jay-Z performed at Tom Brady's Hall of Fame ceremony, but did not attend any hip-hop 50 events. And Tony Yayo agreed with this view, pointing out the contrast between Jay-Z's inaccessibility and 50 Cent's ongoing connection with the fans and the culture. But the shots did not end there. 50 Cent has also been taking aim at Jay-Z's music. In 2017, after Jay released his introspective album 444, 50 did not exactly give it a positive review. He posted, and later deleted, an Instagram video where he said, "I listened to Jay-Z's 444. The music was too smart. I felt like I was supposed to be wearing glasses and tie a sweater around my waist. It was like Ivy League." He called it golf course music, essentially saying that Jay-Z had become so disconnected from the streets and regular hip-hop fans that his music now catered more to the country club crowd than the hood. In September 2022, 50 Cent addressed the ongoing tension with Jay-Z on X, formerly Twitter, writing, "Young Guru, I love you too. I just need someone to compete with. It makes me find a way. Jay knows I will always find a way." And honestly, that statement says everything you need to know about 50 Cent's mindset. This competition, this rivalry, drives him. It makes him work harder. It keeps him sharp. Love it or hate it, 50 uses Jay-Z as motivation to keep moving forward. But listen, all of this music industry beef and career competition is one thing. What 50 Cent has been claiming recently about Jay-Z and certain allegations is a whole different level. The allegations and the Mufasa moment. When asked about the accusations against Jay-Z, 50 Cent said something that really made people take notice.